Okay, what will I be ranting about in this week's episode? Oh dear God, no, not this, please.
This is Grumpy Young Male. You all ready for this? Over to you, Tom.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Grumpy Young Male, and before I get into this week's rant... yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, now I'm ready. What sent me into a tizzy this week in between cashing in on the same-sex wedding bookings for this summer is something so close to my heart that if I ranted about it sober, I probably would have began keeling over and convulsing. You birds, I swear to God, I'll murder you all. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you guys can pick this up on the microphone, but if you can hear birds chirping, I'm pretty sure they're having a massive orgy on my balcony at the moment. To some, it's bad, but to others, you know, different strokes for different blokes. So what the hell is it? I can hear you screaming from the other side of the computer. Why? It's Australian television, and don't worry, I'll be ripping into shows like a packet of chips other than cram in this episode. I mean, the last thing I need is to bring more attention to it so the season can survive out of pity. I want it to run around for a little bit like a headless chicken before it gets the final chop. Honestly, if I wanted to see someone I don't know shove a fist in their mouth for entertainment, I would go to a strip club in Thailand. Jesus Christ, Australian television, what the hell happened to you? You are just so now. Australian television is so crap to me that I watch everything online now. I get my news from Philip DeFranco on YouTube, my laughs from UK comedy panel shows that are actually and naturally funny, and my drama from Netflix shows and VPNing American television stations because they are actually worth watching. I want to watch my television because I want to be entertained. I want to feel other emotions other than grumpiness, not get so infuriated at my television because the content is embarrassingly appalling and mind-numbingly boring. I swear to God, birds, I will murder you. I know more about what is happening in the US and the UK than in my own country. They are more exciting to me than Australia. There was a time, I recall, where I actually liked Australian television, believe it or not. We had shows like Good News Week, where we pushed the boundaries on topical issues in a witty and satirical manner that was on par, in my opinion, with the UK's 8 out of 10 Cats television show. Then we had family-friendly content with Talking About Your Generation, which took us on a whimsical trip down memory lane with Sean McAuliffe before he got too political and serious and moved to the ABC. I swear to God, I'm gonna murder those birds. Really will. I'll hunt you down in your sleep. I really will hunt you down. And that's it, really. I mean, ever since they got canned, Australian television became a cesspool of desperate D-list celebrities trying to prove their relevance in today's society, and it's dragging down the industry's potential to be really awe-inspiringly innovative. I'm looking at you, Peter Hellier. Tom, you said you wouldn't mention him in today's episode. I know, shut up. So I've got quite a list of Australian shows I want to shoot down here, including already axed shows because they deserve an honourable mention. If you can humour me today and allow me to just get my ducks in a row and my BB gun right here. Yep. Now, before I continue, I have to state that I don't encourage people using weapons while under the influence of drugs. I'd rather you do it sober. I mean, if you're going to be that stupidly impressionable and go out and shoot people based on me inadvertently suggesting you do so, then you deserve to go to jail. Alright, let's do this. First up, The Project. The Project's motto is, quote, news delivered differently, end quote. If by differently you mean completely one-sided and not fully researched, well, you've hit the nail on the head with this one, Channel 10. The Wall, a perfect example of why Australia is below New Zealand and Canada in the World Education Rankings.
Capital city of New Zealand. This is probably one that I should know.
I should know that as well. We should both know this.
Which one sounds right? What have I heard in the past? Wellington, New Zealand? Oh, this is a tough one. Lock in B, Christchurch.
Is it B, Christchurch?
Darling.
It was C, Wellington.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at me!
Family Feud. If you want to experience blood-boiling anger in response to how far intellectually Australians have come to answering simple life questions, well, this show is for you.
Name something you associate with China. Michael.
Thai food.
The Block. actually was once a great show about couples going through the trials and tribulations of renovating a rundown house, but now it has more unnecessary drama and scapegoats than an episode of Home and Away. My Kitchen Rules, again, was once a great show, but just makes me want to gag every time I watch it now. It's not so much about the cooking as it is listening to all the bitchiness that goes on between contestants. I feel like I'm back in high school all over again. Family Food Fight, a perfect example of how the Australian television industry takes an overused concept, which in this case is a cooking competition, and makes it a ratings winner by introducing racially diverse contestants, a good-looking judge, a gay judge, and carefully orchestrated and unrealistic drama. Every single Australian drama, crime mystery, murder mystery, indie film, independent film show. Australia's take on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Okay, you guys have gone too far with this one. The American version of Whose Line is one of my all-time favourite shows, and when I first heard Australia is doing their own version of it, I pray to God it will be on the same level as the US. Long story short, it isn't, and we've just slaughtered a perfectly good television formula and put off thousands of Australians from experiencing what Whose Line Is It Anyway is all about. I barely got through 30 seconds of the first episode before my eyes started to bleed. Not even metaphorically. Apart from Carl Wilson, who the are the other improvisers? Is that seriously the standard of Australian comedy in this day and age? And The Amazing Race Australia. Jesus Christ, another one of my all-time favourite shows butchered by the Australian television industry. You guys had to ruin it and my chances to ever being on the race now by allowing the Kiwis to join in.
That'll do, Donkey.
And that's why it's axed. I just want to say I love you guys in New Zealand. I think you all are beautiful people, but my beef is with the so-called producers and directors who thought jumping in on the Australia-New Zealand hates each other bandwagon would be a ratings winner. And to put them down, I had to go through you. Okay, I'm done.
Follow Tom and the show by liking Grumpy Young Male's Facebook, Twitter, and chat with Tom anytime.